If you're in need of alternative medications for your native chickens, probably have a lot of questions, such as, will it is more effective to control infections? Does it improve the immune response of the flock? Or even, how can it help the consumers of the processed native chicken? We have years of experience in raising native chickens in thousands of numbers and using our developed phytomedicines. Phytomedicines are alternative medications derived from plant extracts that have undergone a series of studies to establish the standard processing, concentration, and packaging for it to be users-friendly. We are introducing the CPU garlic tea, a new innovation that helps to prevent and control infections due to Staphylococcus aureus. All you need is to submerge a tea bag over 15 liters of clean drinking water overnight and offer it in the morning among the chickens. It also enhances the growth performances of your native chickens by enhancing the immune response of the infected flock. Our studies further showed that it effectively reduces the cholesterol and uric acid level in the meat and eggs of treated chickens. A healthy and safer option in mitigating the Staphylococcus aureus while producing nutritious native chicken products. So what are you waiting for? You could contact the given numbers for more information and orders.
Magandang araw mga ka-native. Sa ngayong araw, dugtungan naman natin yung mga diskusyon natin sa nakaraang 5 araw. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtangkilik dito po sa Piri-Piri Native Chicken. In behalf of the shorter time that we have prepared, or at least daily po, nakasama po namin kayo dito po sa ating programa sa Philippine Native Chicken. Sa ngayong araw po, dagdagan natin yung mga diskusyon natin para at least kahit paano po makatulong po kami sa inyo sa mga pag-aalaga po dyan ninyo ng inyong mga native na manok o mga katutubong manok natin na kung saan po pangmaramihan. Iba kasi yung pag-usapan, yung pangmaramihan, i-compare natin doon sa ilang piraso lang. Hindi ganon karami ang problema pag yung manok po natin is kaunti lang. Pero pag ang manok natin, medyo may karamihan ng konti, doon po mapasok ang problema. Pag sinabi natin marami, gaano ba karami, Dok, ang marami? So, yan kasi ang palaging tinatanong ng tao sa atin. Gaano ba karami ang marami? Usually po, pag mag-alaga po kayo ng mga less than 10 heads of hen, walang masyadong problema yan. But if you raise more than 50 hens, diyan na po mapasok po ang problema. Yung kung palagi that sa karamihan, yung mga tao, basta kaunti lang yun na ang makikita po nyo sa mga literature, sa mga nababasa po ninyo na sabihin that native chicken is resistant to diseases and infections. Totoo po yan, basta yung manok po ninyo kaunti lang. But as the flock size, habang dumadami po ang number po ng ating mga alagang manok, pumapasok din ang maraming problema. Ang isa dyan is in terms of patuka. So, pag sinabing patuka kasi, hindi naman sabihin natin that para makatipid, pagalain mo yung manok mo, but you need also, as I've mentioned nung nakaraan natin ng mga episode, na habang dumadami ang manok natin, the space requirement that you will be having. For example, if you have about ang tanong is that gaano ba, Dok, kalawak ang kailangan lugar na pagalaan ng manok natin per head, if we are opting it to raise it on the pre-range condition. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na pag naka-pre-range, lahat-lahat nakagala na walang kural po. Delikado po yan. Baka aabot yan hanggang kung saan-saan. Ang space requirement yan, for example, in terms of the hen roasters, para makabawas-bawas po kayo ang inyong gastusin. Sabi daw nila na we have tested it na kung saan po even up to 15 square meter per bird po. Ibig sabihin po bawat inahin o bawat manok po bigyan po natin about 15 square meter. Kaya lang problema namin habang na lumalawak ng ginagalaan ng manok, the energy requirement that they have, tumataas din kasi paikot-ikot pagala-gala yan, may takbo-lipad yan. Yung kung bakit that ang kailangan nilang patuka dumadami din. Yung kung bakit that what we observe then, it even on the parents under control condition, umaabot hanggang 120 grams per day per chicken po. ang 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 nangyari kasi dyan is that na if you have the space, pag nakagala yung manok mo doon, no, ang available resources kasi sa area, habang tumatagal po, nadideplete po yan. And the available resources in the area is also affected by the season. Ibig sabihin po, iba ang makikita mong scavengable feed resources. Pag sinasabi natin scavengable feed resources po, yung mga patoka na makikita po sa paligid, iba ang during the dry season and iba din ang during the rainy season. Yung kung bakit sabi natin that may pinagkaiba yan, no? May pinagkaiba. So dapat na nakita natin that on the first few weeks of operation, for example, at that area of about 15 square meter po, walang problema po tayo dyan, no? Dahil marami pa po ang mga insekto, damo sa paligid. But as the number of days increases po, habang tumatagal po, ang nangyayari is that na ang ating mga manok po, no, halos yung natural na resources, so scavengable feed resources in the area po, nadideplete. No, halos maubos po yan. Yung kung bakit na dapat nabigyan po natin ng supplemental feeding. Otherwise kasi pag hindi mo binigyan ng supplemental feeding yan, no, yung mga bulate doon, no, yung observation namin doon sa may Leon Farm, kahit nga puno ng saging, no, kayang pati ipatumba po ng manok yan, no, dahil tinutuka pong puno ng saging. So ganyan po kakatindi. Sa ponton na we even tried up to 5 square meter, but that 5 square meter per bird po is only ideal, no, sa mga manok po natin na inalagaan for grower purposes. Ibig sabihin po ng grower purposes po, pagdating doon sa pangatlong buwan po, that is ready na for market. No, tandaan natin ang sequence na po yan. So, but in terms of the hen, no, we tried it from 5, 10, 15, no, and what come up is that halos yung differences between 10 to 15 square meter po per bird, hindi naman doon kanon kalaki. Sa punto na what we have did na pinababa namin ng 10 square meter, kaya lang ganun ang consumption po. Basta po gumagala ang manok, the wider the area that they are ranging, ang tendency nila is that if the resources in the place will be depleted, ang ginagawa po natin, dagdagan po natin ng patoka. Otherwise, productivity wise, bababa yan. And we even tried that na kung saan po in the pictures and the page that we have, kung makikita po nyo dyan, may mga halos may gumawa po kami ng compost pile. Nilagyan po yan ng tawag dito ng Burmy worm, para at least kahit paano po the Burmy worm will keep on producing, but that is not enough even to compensate the requirement, no, ng isang pamilya. Sa manok kasi pag sinabi mong isang pamilya, no, on the breeding, ibig sabihin po isang tandang at 7 inahin. The reproductive rate, no, of the Burmy is not enough to compensate the requirement of your native chicken. Yung kung bakit that okay lang kung pagalain mo, basta malawak ang pag may kahit gaano kalawak ang area po ninyo, no, still as the population of your pack increases, ang isa sa sunod na problema po ninyo is the depletion of available scavengable feed resources. Yung kung bakit na dito sa CPU po, as you notice na in the previous posting that we have tried to browse the page that we have, no, because every development that we have from 2014 when we established the Philippine Chicken page po, lahat ng activity namin po nakalagay dyan. If you found the page na kung saan po Manok ni Juan, na that is also our sister page, na kung saan po nalagay po namin dyan mga development that we have from 2014. Kaya lang yung Philippine Native Chicken natin is yan talaga ang page na minamalis natin, na kung saan po we continue on the updating po dyan. So kung makikita po nyo dyan ang transition of the area whereby, no, we develop, no, this technology in Native Chicken. Hanggang dumating yung panahon na sabi namin, if the chicken that you have, no, pagalain ninyo, tapos yung panahon, lalo na sa ngayong panahon na kung saan po pag tanghali, no, from 10 to 2 p.m. na kung saan po ang init, umakyat hanggang 50 degrees centigrade po. At saka paghapon, umulan, ay nako po, sakit ang dulot niyan. Sakit ang dulot niyan. Yung kung bakit nasibihin natin that para bang kung nasa para bang ang init ng katawan, sobrang init, tapos dagdagan magiging mabasa ng tubig, no? Yung kung bakit na ang sakit mabilis pumasok sa punto that some of the cases of the fall cholera, no? Ano bang pinakaiba ng fall cholera with the avian pest? Ang avian pest kasi, no, dahan-dahan na pinapatay o inuubos yung manok po ninyo sa kawan po ninyo. Samantala yung fall cholera naman, isang daanan lang yan, na hindi naman gano'n na dito matagal yan. It would stay for a few days, but not in the sense of the Newcastle disease na kung saan umaabot hanggang ilang buwan yan, no, habang may manok pa kayo dyan. No, yung kung bakit that the cultural management that you are going to do, no, dapat na ibahin po natin. Yung kung bakit that if you will be opting, no, on the pre-ranging po, kayo na dyan ang bahala. Basta ang isa palagi na tingnan po ninyo, wala po kayong problema in terms of the kung wala kayong problema in terms of space, ang mangyayari dyan is that na hindi tatagal po, maubos po ang mga scavenger ball-fed resources that can be found, no, in your ranging yard. So pag naubos yan, no, dapat that you should give the chicken with the appropriate supplemental feed. Pag manok po rin yung naka-parents po, in order for them to become more productive, no, possibly po bigyan po ninyo ng patoka na kung saan, no, it ranges from 100 to 120 grams per day per bird. No, ganyan po katindi ang requirement nila. Ang isa lang kasi sa nakita namin is that na in terms of the pair-ranging is in terms of what they call the monitoring. Kasi sa monitoring kasi pag nakagala ang manok po ninyo, mahirap na i-monitor. No, lalo na pag yung lugar po niyo masyadong masukal, yung hindi nalinisan yung paligid nyo, may mataas na damo at saka yung mga kahoy dyan, ay nako po, mahirapan po kayo mag-account ng manok po ninyo. Okay lang tingnan na sabihin po natin na para bang kagandang tingnan ng manok na sobrang dami na gumagala, but if you're going to count your chicken, diyan na po kayo mahirapan. And that is what we have observed or what we have recorded then when we practice this controlled ranging. No, kung saan po by the hundreds of chicken, ang nangyari po pag ninakawan po kayo, no, mahirap i-account. Lalo na pag nabawasan ng 4 o 5, hindi yan mabilis na hindi mo yan ma-detect agad. Unlike in terms of the technology that we are presenting to you, na kung saan po mayroon pong breeding pen na kung saan po nakalagay doon ang manok nyo, hindi yan mas mabilis dyan na mag-account po ng manok ninyo. Tandaan po ninyo, lalo na sa mga nag-aalaga po ng manok dyan, na malayo po kayo sa manok nyo at sa ibang tao po nyo inaasa yung operation ninyo. Tandaan po natin, iba ang dating ng operation na kung saan nandoon ka, asa ka wala ka. Ang pinakakritikal sa lahat is in terms of monitoring. Sabihin natin, naalala kasi yung isang OFW na nakausap ko, sabi daw na mayroon siyang farm doon sa may Guimaras area, about mga 4 hectares. No? Halos mga 3,000 daw yung manok niya noon na pinapagala lang doon sa 4 hectares. Ang problema, no, nang tinanong ko kung kamusta rin sa ayon, sabi niya, no, dahan-dahan na gradually that the flock size of the chicken that he have, no, nadideplete po. Bakit po? It is because, sabi ko kanina, if you have 1,000, nakawan po kayo ng 4-3 every week, hindi yan mabilis na monitor and mahirapan po kayo mag-account. Lalo na po pag yung manok po ninyo is on the grower stage. Not on the breeding stage. Bakit po? Ay, yung mga itlog ng manok nyo, mahirapan pa kayo maghanap-hanap. Minsan makita mo yung manok mo umuwi, no, may mga sisiw na. And that is what we have observed then, even in the limited area that we have. No, kasi noon we have prepared, no, about 170 square meters, no, for the 170 5 by 1080 no 80 square meters no sa bawat manok. Ay nako po, dahil kaya ganun liit yung numero, pag yung lugar po is medyo masukal ng konti, ang manok po ninyo, yung mga inahin, pag ang itlog yan doon nakatago, may hirapan po kayo maghanap na pag nabasa ang itlog, siguradong bugok ang itlog. And what will happen also if the area is located in the mountainous or maybe in the area where predators are present, ay baka kinapakakainin po ng ahas yung mga itlog nyo, ang itlog ng manok po ninyo, wala po kayo ma-harvest na mga sisiw. Yung ko bakit that in terms of productivity wise, no, pag-isipan po ninyo, isa kasi sa critical na aspeto ng ating pag-alaga ng manok, lalo na pag maramihan po, is in terms of accounting your chicken, in terms of the feed consumption that you have, in terms of monitoring of their health daily. Bakit po? Pag nakagala po, mahirap i-monitor yan. Pag masama ang panahon, hindi mo masabihan yung manok mo, kahit sabihan mo pa yan, nasabihin mo na pwede bang umuwi kayo pag umulan. Ay nako po, hindi tao yan. Yung kung bakit at ang sakit po, mabilis tumapo sa punto na mahirapan din kayo mag-cure because mahirapan din kayo makita yung manok nyo may sakit. Unlike in the area na kung saan po limitado po yung lugar nila, na mabilis po yung monitor if there is what they called a problem in terms of their health. So yung bakit pili bang pag nag-alaga po kayo ng manok, if you'll be doing that under parents condition, kaya nasabi ko ngayon wala po tayong problema basta counting manok nyo. But if you'll be raising by the hundreds or by the thousands po, mahirapan na po kayo dyan. Accounting wise, feeding wise, no, monitoring of health wise, monitoring of number po, doon na po kayo mahirapan. So sana po ang segment natin ngayong gabi po makatulong naman sa inyo dyan sa mga ginagawa nyo, at saka kung sa tingin po nyo makatulong po ang ating mga diskusyon sa ngayon, no, kindly share po yung ating mga videos po at saka yung ating page sa mga kakilala nyo dyan na sa tingin po nyo makatulong po tayo. Pag hindi pa kayo nakapag-follow o nakapag-subscribe o nakapag-like, paki-like na lang po at paki-subscribe at paki-follow sa ating page o channel para at least every time na meron po tayong kwentuhan po dito, no, discussion po dito, automatically you will be notified, no? So again, thank you. This is your host, Dr. Jaime C. Cabales Jr. na ulit, no, bati po sa inyo. Keep safe and God bless always, no. Sa sunod naman na araw po tayo, no, patuloy pa natin yung diskusyon.
Is free-range native chicken susceptible to internal parasites? The native chicken in the free-range condition is loaded with internal parasites when they reach 2 months and older. Raisers believe that raising native chicken in free-range conditions is cheaper than semi-controlled conditions. However, the infections due to internal parasites threaten the flock's health. The presence of these organisms creates stress among the infected chickens and makes them vulnerable to other pathogens. Our field studies showed that the chicks aging 2 to 3 months old have a vast population of internal parasites. The roundworm, Ascaridia galli, was the prominent species among the parasites. This worm is the reason for having native chickens with bigger body sizes, but has lighter live weight. Latter, the infections like chronic respiratory infections, infectious coryza, and others follow due to the lower immune response of the said chicken. When do the internal parasites start to infect the chicken? The infection started as early as a few weeks old. The grazing behavior of chicks with their hen allows the former to acquire viable roundworm eggs either in grass, soil, or even in contaminated equipment. Once it enters the gastrointestinal tract of the chicks, it will start to incubate and hatch. The conditions within the gastrointestinal tract favor the hatching of eggs and the growth of larvae of roundworms. It will take about 3 to 4 weeks to hatch. After hatching, it will take 35 days for the larvae to become sexually mature and begin to shed their eggs. When is the best time to administer dewormers? Apply a dewormer as early as 3 to 4 weeks old, and have it be done every 2 weeks. Possibly, select anthelmintics having ovicidal effects. The active compound within such a dewormer can lead the fertile eggs into unviable ones for hatching. The applied dewormer can cause death to larvae and the developing embryos in the eggs through these actions.